Hello Internet, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara, and today I'm going to be showing you how I set up this bioactive enclosure for my pet California Kingsnake Beetlejuice. Say hi! Okay, bye!
No comment.
Okay.
I am going to show you what the enclosure looks like here. It is a PVC. It's 4 foot by 2 foot by 16 inches high. It is PVC and glass. These are sliding glass doors that come off. And it is heated with a ceramic heat emitter. I also have an LED grow light in the back for his plants. And it is monitored with a thermostat, which I have hooked onto the side. I also have another thermostat probe on the cool side, as well as a hydrometer. And I like to keep his enclosure about 88 on the hot side, down to about 75 on the cool side. And I keep the humidity between 40 and 60% in here. I'm going to let him go back in here. He's having absolutely none of this. Do you want to go home? Do you realize where you are? Nope, that's a rock. Goodbye. This is a really great size for king snakes because they are super active. I had him in a 20-gallon originally because I got him as a hatchling. And he's grown so much even just in this past year alone. I have this from Cloud Forest Design. I like to have these on all of my enclosures in case someone else is coming to pet sit for me, or if there's ever an accident or anything, people know exactly what's in the enclosure. And then it also has these keys. And this enclosure was made by a local pet store. It's called the Pet Zone in Pittston, Pennsylvania. And like I said, I have the thermostat probe on the other side as well as the hydrometer. And I have that hooked in with just a piece of Velcro tape for the hydrometer, and then I let the thermostat kind of hang off of that. And that's just to keep an eye on the temperatures on the cool side of the terrarium. And this is the thermostat that I use to keep an eye on his radiant heat panel. This one's from iPower. You can get these pretty much anywhere. Zilla also makes a really nice thermostat, and you have multiple plugs. So if you wanted to put in like a heat light and a UVB, you can make sure that the temperature stays where it needs to be. For the grow light that I'm using in the back of the terrarium, it is a 36-inch Vivarium Electronics T5, and that you can get on any major reptile supply chain store. So now I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to put the video, or actually my editor is going to put the video in, and I'm going to do a voiceover showing you all the steps that I took to set up this enclosure for Beetlejuice. Okay, so I'm taking the Terra Firma Substrate by the Biodude and opening that up and putting that as the base. I'm using this because this one retains a little bit more moisture, and I like to use that at the bottom so that there's a little bit more chance for humidity pockets. I'm taking some extra bioactive substrate from my bearded dragon Oblina just to add some different bacteria in there, so that we can jumpstart the bioactive process. And now I'm adding in the Terra Sahara by the Biodude on the top. And this one is meant for more arid environments. So that is going to help keep the humidity lower at the top so that there's a nice gradient going from the top of the substrate down. I'm adding the leaf litter on top of that. This is a piece of sycamore bark. I'm adding a couple pieces of that throughout the bottom of the substrate. That's a really good additive to break down slowly for your isopods and your other bioactive cleanup crew. Then I'm adding some pieces of cork. This is also a good way to give your isopods and other cleanup crew members a place to hide out. This also helps create tunnels and burrows for your animal because it holds up the substrate above it. This is a Habahut, so it's a half log. I'm going to half bury that. That's also going to help create a tunnel, but that's also going to be used as a humidity den. So I'm going to end up putting some damp sphagnum moss. I didn't end up picking that up for the video, so I'm going to do that a little bit later. Then I'm adding some more biodegradables, some seed pods. These are pieces of Oko stone, and I'm adding those onto the hot side right underneath that radiant heat panel to give a little bit more of a hot spot because the rock will absorb that temperature. I'm adding some pieces of grapevine and ghostwood, and those are going to be some climbing surfaces. Now I'm just kind of arranging everything how I like it. I'm giving a little bit more height, like I said, on that side where that heat panel is, just to give him a little bit easier access to the hot spot. That's his water dish. I'm adding in a couple pieces of other stones and hula wood. And like I said, now I'm just kind of arranging everything how I want it and how I want the layout to be. This is a piece of Tillandsia that I had from another enclosure. That is a Dracaena, another Dracaena, and another Dracaena. And those are probably going to get a little bit too big, so I'm probably going to end up taking them out eventually, but for now they're good. That was a piece of aloe from his old enclosure, and then I'm just cleaning up that door track and spraying the enclosure down, getting everything nice and settled and cleaned off. Also, this is going to add that humidity to those bottom layers. You can add water as you are adding the substrate. I prefer to do it this way, just so that everything has a nice clean look after. And that way I think it just kind of gets a little bit more evenly distributed underneath. I'm adding a little bit extra water to that cool spot where I'm going to also have his humidity side. And here I'm adding in some Springtails. You can see them on that piece of charcoal. And I took these from established colonies so that way this comes with all stages of life for the Springtails. And now I'm going to add some powder blue Isopods from another culture that I have. I'm going to try to show you one of the Isopods there. They're super cute, but they're really quick, so it's kind of hard to show them on camera. There you go. Now I'm just going to half bury that. I'm going to put this piece of slate over top of that. That's going to give them a little bit more security. And then I'm going to place the water bowl on top of that. That's going to help maintain humidity. And I'm an idiot and completely forgot that I had some extra substrate from his old enclosure I wanted to add just to give him a familiar smell and also increase the bioactivity, just because there's already established bacteria and everything in that. So I'm just adding some of that over to the hot side. And that is it. See you later. All right, that is it. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below, or you can email me. I have that linked in my description, as well as a link to my TikTok and Instagram. You can make sure to go follow me there as well. As for this channel, make sure you subscribe and like the video, and we will see you in the next one. Actually, wait, never mind. I am going to be doing a giveaway. So once my channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be overnighting Isopods, Springtails, and another Bioactive surprise. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, share, follow, and keep watching my posts for the announcement for the giveaway. Bye!